Hey guys, I'm Angus, and today we're going to be redesigning some more YA books in 2 different genres. So I did one of these videos a while back now and you guys really enjoyed it, so I thought today I would do it again. So I've got a bunch of new YA books that I'm going to transform on Photoshop into different genres, so let's jump into it. I'm really excited. So the first book we're going to be redesigning today is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And we're going to be redesigning this book into like a new adult psychological thriller. So the initial inspiration for this Fangirl redesign was these teal and orange portraits I had seen online. So I found 2 of them, kind of matched up the colors, then I put them opposite and tried to design them that they were like blending together into like one person. Don't ask me what it means because I have no idea, I just thought it looked cool. Then we were whitening out their eyes because that seems to be so trendy these days. Just blending here. And then we were looking for a nice brushstroke font that was a little bit threatening but not too cheesy, if you get what I mean. Like I thought we found one that looks good enough. Just had to space it out nicely and it seemed to work. This one kind of turned into not so much a psychological thriller. It was more like, I don't know, some trashy new adult general fiction novel. We added some textures to it and then changed the whiting out of the eyes to just black and white. Some sparkles, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the final product for Fangirl. Let me know what you think in the comments. For me, it turned out not to be quite as like psychological thriller as I wanted it to be. I'm still really happy with how this cover turned out. I really like the design. I don't know, it feels more like just a general fiction book now. Maybe even dystopian it could be, I don't really know. But yeah, that's the final product. Alrighty, the next book we're gonna be redesigning is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. And this book we're gonna be transforming into like a high fantasy adult novel. So it's gonna be interesting, it's gonna be really different. So for Red, White and Royal Blue, as a fantasy, I went with like the classic one kind of sigil on a grungy background that we see in like the 90s fantasy novels. So I found this cool skull with a crown just on the internet and chucked it on a grungy background, and yeah, it just had the text over that sigil, and we're kind of playing around with the placement of that. Took a while to get it right, but once we had that right, then we started to add some color. Initially I wanted to do like the red, white and blue stripes, and then I realized it kind of looked like not cool. It kind of looked not cool. So we got rid of that and added a cute little snake at the bottom coming out of the skull, like the Dark Mark in Harry Potter. But obviously this is completely different because this is an original fantasy novel by Casey McQuiston. Yeah, and we had the red in the sides, and that's pretty much it. Alrighty, and that's the final product for Red, White and Royal Blue. It is very different than I set out for it to be, but I like this cover. Kind of reminds me of like 90s fantasy novels, but also it's modern. I don't know, it's got some of that aesthetic of having the big sigil or symbol on it. I imagine this will be a really thick book if it was real. I think it looks like a fantasy book. Let me know what you think. The next book we're gonna be redesigning is What If It's Us by Adam Silvera and Becky Albertalli. And this book we're gonna be transforming into a crime thriller novel. So for What If It's Us, I kind of knew what I wanted from the outset. I wanted to start with these trees, these like ominous Tumblr-ish looking trees, and I like flipped it so it's like dual infinity reflection style. And then we were layering all of this text to like kind of symbolize, you know, like the noise of news. Like these are all like headlines that are like stacked on top of each other, and yeah, sticking with the dual reflection theme, we flipped it. Yeah, just playing around with the text at this point. And then I started to try and make it look like the text is interacting with the trees in the background. I didn't do a crazy good job of this. I just did a quick job because, I don't know, I was feeling lazy. But yeah, that's pretty much all we did for this one. Experimented a bit with some shadows and then chucked in the title and the quotes and the authors, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's the final product for What If It's Us. This one, I was hoping for a bit more. I don't know, I got a bit stuck, but I kind of like the simplicity of it. So it would be a crime thriller set in a small town with like this underlying journalism thread running through it. Maybe the main character is a journalist, but that's the final product. Let me know what you think, and we're moving on to our last one now. So the final book we're going to be redesigning today is Crescent City, which I don't actually own, by Sarah J. Maas. This is the original cover, and we're going to be transforming it into a new adult rom-com thing. I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it. All right, so Crescent City was probably my favorite to design because it's just so sparkly and golden. Pretty much started with a crescent moon because, you know, that's kind of the symbol of the book, and I wanted to place it above this kind of skyline, so I grabbed one off Google and started experimenting with some colors and effects, and I wasn't really happy with that yet. Yeah, there's the title, nice font we got. Yeah, you can see I started looking for a new skyline, and we came across this one, which I really liked. I think it kind of fit the style of book that I wanted more. So we went with that, and then we just recolored the text with a nice gradient and the moon to make them all match. And yeah, I just think it's so pretty and sparkly. I really like this one, and it's quite simple. Like, it was a really easy one to do. And then yeah, I just had to play around with the color a little bit more, and then pop Sarah J. Maas's name somewhere in there because she wrote this book, so she went up the top. Yeah. And that's the final product for Crescent City. I'm pretty happy with this one. I set out kind of knowing what I wanted, and I feel like I almost achieved it, so I think it looks good. It'd be like a new adult kind of rom-com, but also maybe the main character's like chasing a big dream in like Hollywood or something, I don't know, sparkling city, you know, something like that. Yeah, and that's all the covers we have for today that I've redesigned. Let me know what you thought of them all in the comments, and what covers you'd like to see me transform in the next video. Yeah, I'm Angus, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.